Hi, I'm Robin with LarkinTrainingRoom.com. Today, we have a 15-minute strength workout and a 4-minute cardio finisher. All you'll need for the workout is a set of dumbbells. Let's get warmed up. Start on your back with your palms up. Lift one leg off the floor and drive the hips up, pressing down through the other foot. Keep the hips level and really engage the ground with the foot that's on the ground. This opens up the hips and activates the butt muscles, which we're going to need in our workout. 3, 2, 1, lower down, switch, other side. Make sure that you are feeling this in your butt and not your lower back. So squeeze the glutes, drive through the feet. 3, 2, 1. Turn over. This is called quadruped position, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. We're going to be making circles with the hips. So I'm going to take this knee forward, up and around, drawing a big circle with my kneecap. Notice that I'm not tilting out of alignment, but I'm utilizing the ball and socket of my hip joint to find the range of motion that I have. So just draw a circle with the kneecap. Now I'm going to go back the other way. You're going to be tempted to bend this elbow. Keep both arms straight. This feels good, actually. My hips need this right now. 2 more circles. Set this one down. Other side, I'm going to go forward first. Forward, up to the side, and back around. Keeping both arms straight. I'm also grabbing the ground with my hands. I'm not just admiring my manicure that isn't there. I'm grabbing the ground and engaging my hands because that's going to set my shoulders up in a better position. All right, other way to the back first, up and around to the front. Draw that circle. Your hips are a joint that's meant to be mobile. So it's important to work on hip mobility with these active drills in your warm-up. All right, now we're gonna go into our yoga plex, probably my all-time favorite stretch. Up in a plank, hands grabbing the floor. Downward dog to what we call our Spider-Man stretch. Into a T-spine rotation, looking up towards the ceiling. Other side, Spider-Man and T-spine. So if you're asking yourself, what does this do? The question is more, what doesn't it do? It's getting your ankles and your hips and your mid-back mobilized. It's a great stretch. And for now, I'm just gonna do 1 more on each side. If you wanna pause the video and do some more on your own, we are welcome to do that. Great, we're gonna stand it up. And from here, I'm going to hinge forward from my hips, keeping a neutral spine. So we don't want any sad dog, we want a neutral spine. Thumbs up, I'm gonna make a big capital Y and then come back down. So I'm getting a hip hinge going, which activates the posterior chain and uses the core muscles. And I'm also activating my shoulders and getting them into a good position. Let's go for 2 more. Stand up tall. Let's excite that nervous system with seal jacks. Just coming out wide for these. Option for lower intensity is to just tap out to the side. Let's do 10 more. 10, 9. 2 and 1. Awesome. Grab a sip of water and we'll get started with our workout. For our strength section today, you're going to need a set of either dumbbells or kettlebells. If you don't have weights at home, that's okay. You can mirror all the movements with body weight. The intervals are going to be 35 seconds of work and 25 seconds of rest. So let's get started. You're going to need just one weight for our first exercise, which is a lateral step deadlift to an overhead press. Step to the side, clean it to the shoulder, and press it overhead. So it's a little bit of a hybrid between a lunge and a deadlift. I'm just gonna turn to the side really quickly. So as you can see, I'm hinging from the hips and keeping a neutral spine. 15 seconds left. Keep it going. Now, if you have a hard time pressing overhead, that's okay. You can reduce your weight, or you can just hold it at the shoulder without pressing overhead. Take a rest. We're gonna go to the other side. So I'm gonna be stepping this way with a neutral spine and pressing overhead. 10 seconds left. Make sure you find a weight that is doable for you to do the 35 seconds worth. Dial that weight in. Here we go. Step and press. All right. Make sure this other hand holds tension in it, like you're gonna channel a lightning rod into the ground. Overhead press is ground up right from the feet. All right, for the next exercise, you're going to need to grab your other dumbbell or kettlebell. We're gonna be doing split squats, so 35 seconds on each side. All right, we got 10 seconds. So for a split squat, you're gonna stay in this position the whole time. Big step back, heel off the ground, chest lifted and core engaged. Down and up. You should go as low as you feel comfortable with. If you have knee pain, make sure that you are grabbing the ground with your feet and keeping the core braced. You can always ditch the weights for the split squats and even hold onto something like a dowel or a broomstick to give you a little bit of assistance through this exercise. Go at your own pace. I'm gonna set these down for a second. When you're holding on to dumbbells, guess what also gets tired? Your grip, gripping muscles. The good news is you can strengthen your grip, and a strong grip means stronger shoulders. All right, we're gonna do the other side. Get set. I'm gonna turn to the front this time. Find the range of motion that you feel comfortable with. You can also manipulate tempo. A couple seconds down, a couple seconds up. Slow reps are pretty hard. Almost there. All right, one more exercise in this circuit before we repeat. I'm gonna come down to the floor with my dumbbells. From here, I'm going to row one arm and extend the opposite leg. and alternate between the two. And row, and row. So you can also do this without dumbbells. If you want your hands on the floor, or if they're a little bit too much, you can ditch them and go from the floor. Also make sure you're controlling that dumbbell and not falling back to the floor, but maintaining that control. There's a lot of core work going on here, as well as pulling. Awesome. So that's our circuit. We're gonna repeat it 2 more times, starting with our lateral step deadlift to overhead press. Coming up in 10 seconds. So I'm gonna step this way first with my hinge. Here we go. Step, clean, and press. Now, it doesn't have to be a big step. You can keep it small. What I'm most concerned with is your back straight? We're working in the frontal plane, that's side to side. It often gets neglected. Great, set it down. We're gonna be hitting the other side, stepping this way. I'm actually gonna turn slightly to the side so you can see, again, neutral spine. Coming up in 3 seconds. Step, neutral spine, and press. Remember, if you have any shoulder discomfort, take out the press or go lighter. See if that helps. Make sure it's from the ground up. Almost there. Just keep moving. Set it down. Next up, split squats. We're gonna need both our dumbbells. Pick a side, any side. So step back. Split squats are a great exercise for the lower body. Unilateral training. Good for balance too. Here we go. Down and up. Pretend you're holding on to $100 bills in the armpits. Keep tension through the upper body. It's 15 seconds. You can always ditch the dumbbells if you need to. Awesome, set them down. Little rest, then the other side. Both sides get worked when you do each, so it's a double whammy. Hey Stevie, are you our guest star today? Yeah? Other side. You want to exercise too? She doesn't care about exercise. Unless it's a laser beam. She loves those. Almost there. Rest. All right, bird dog rows. I'm gonna start off with those, then I'm gonna show you an option to make this exercise a little harder if you want to. So you're set up in the quadruped. Remember, the arm that rows, the opposite leg extends. Here we go. Here's the bird dog row. Now if you want to up the ante a little bit, you can hop up to a plank and row from here, either with a dumbbell or with hands. Now what you don't want to do is lots of side-to-side movement. So if that's a little bit too much for you right now, go back to the bird dog version. This is a lot harder. Shake it off. One more time through this circuit. That means 5 more minutes. You're 2/3 of the way through the strength section. So you need 1 dumbbell for your lateral steps. I'm going to start off going this way. Here we are. Step and press. So with these combination movements, the limiting factor is the part of the exercise where you're weakest. So that'd be the overhead press. So that helps you make your weight selection, knowing that I have to press this overhead for 35 seconds. So that determines the weight that you can use. Rest up. Hitting that other side up next. Stevie's flirting with my cameraman. That little pesky girl. Get ready. Maybe step in this way. Hinge. You're doing great. Keep that hinge fresh, as we say. Hips push back. Neutral spine, oh so important. Set it down. Split squats up next. Both sides. We'll need 2 dumbbells. Give those hands a little rest from holding the dumbbells. All right. Pick a leg, any leg. I'm going to start with my left leg forward. Split squats are one of my favorite exercises. They really are great for the lower body. And you can always find a version usually that you can do, even if you need some assistance from a TRX or a broomstick. That's okay. We can make it work. Quick rest before we hit the other side. It'll be our last time with split squats. Stay strong. Make this last leg really count. Keep mindfulness through the whole set. I'm gonna go right leg forward. Here we go. Last 15 seconds. Make them good. Stay with it. One more exercise, and then we're done with the strength portion. It's our bird dog rows or plank rows. So I'm gonna preview the bird dog for you, but I'm gonna go right into the plank rows. So here's bird dog. Opposites. If you want to take it up a step harder, you're gonna hop up to a plank. You can go hands only. Make sure you're not twisting. Make sure you're not hiking up those hips. Or with dumbbells. Drive those feet into the floor. Right through the balls of the feet. I'm pressing down. Whew. All right, I think we need a little water break after that before we hit your last section, a 4-minute cardio finisher. For our cardio finisher, we're going to alternate between 2 exercises, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off for 8 rounds. We're gonna start with skaters. So side to side is our first exercise. Here we go, 20 seconds. Hopping side to side. Now you can touch down and keep it small, or you can balance and really go for that Olympic skater feel. Just keep moving, that's the most important part. Our next exercise that we're gonna pair that with is a reverse lunge with an uppercut and a jab cross. Coming up. Uppercut, jab, switch, uppercut, jab. Now your option here is to make that transition a hop. Or you can step into it. Back to skaters. We just did 2 rounds, 6 rounds are left. Here we go. Side to side. Go big. This is our last couple minutes of work. So let's go out with a bang. Give it a big effort. Rest. Going back to that reverse lunge. Punches. Uppercut, jab. Uppercut, jab. Side to side. I know my punching is ridiculous. You can also do a hop switch, which picks up the pace, elevates the heart rate even more. Shake it out. That's halfway. 4 rounds to go. Back to skaters. Here we go. Now remember, you can balance on one leg or you can touch down. You can jump as far as you can or keep it smaller. Whatever you need to do. All right, back to those reverse lunges. Here we go. I'll start with the lower impact version and switch. You choose. You can also take a step without the lunge if you need less depth. 1 more of each to go. That means 1 more minute. Be bold. If you can talk a whole paragraph right now without needing to breathe, you're not working hard enough. Up the ante. Last round. Last round. I'm gonna go for it. So close to the finish line. Don't give up yet. Woo! All right. That's your cardio finisher. Take a drink of water, then we're gonna go into a quick cool down. You worked hard, let's bring it down, lie on your back. Bring your foot across, grab, and pull. This will stretch out your hips. If you need to grab a strap, if you can't quite reach behind your thigh, you can do that. Just hold, breathe a little bit. Also called figure 4 stretch. All right, other side. Cross the legs, reach and pull. That feels good. Couple breaths here. Turning it over now. Just decompress the back. I like to do child's pose. So ease those hips back, holding it for a couple breaths. Walk over to one side. Include a lovely side stretch. And other side. Thanks for joining me at Larkin's Training Room today. Make sure you drink lots of water and have a good day.